Hello world. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to start WindowBuilder, use WindowBuilder, and I'm going to continue on with my specific project that I had going on for my class. So to start off, I'm going to create a new Java project by pressing oh, File, New, Java project. After that, I'm going to name this assignment 3 CN 3024, because this is assignment 3, but actually it's referencing to assignment 1. Okay, so I'm gonna click finish here, and technically once it's loaded, which is taking forever because it's just my computer, I'm gonna close all these windows. I'm gonna clean up my environment. Give me a sec. Okay, so I cleaned up my environment. So technically, what I'm gonna do next is, as you can see, I got car inventory, car sold, employee, person, and sales class within this assignment 3 folder. These are referencing from my assignment 1, which was to create these classes. Technically, what I did, however, was create a main. In order to call these classes, I use a case statement, switch a switch statement in order to choose the menu. But now I'm just gonna go more complex with this and make it a GUI. There's gonna be a couple of things I'm gonna change from these classes that I created. As you can see as well, I use JavaDoc in order to render out, documentation, which is a part of good programming standards engineering, in terms of engineering. And yeah, so technically let's go down to this how can I consider it? WindowBuilder. So technically you really need WindowBuilder installed. Okay, if you don't know how to install WindowBuilder, there is reference out there on the web. I think you can go to Google Code, type in Google Code WindowBuilder Pro, and from there you'll get the instructions. um, there's a specific link that you need. So technically, when you get that link from the instructions on WindowBuilder, you go to install new software under help menu, and then from there you just put in the actual link. The time that I installed WindowBuilder for this computer was about a year ago, and I used download.eclipse.org/WindowBuilder slash uppercase WB slash integration slash 3.8. Okay, but check for a newer update. I'm gonna do the same thing myself. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do, once you install WindowBuilder, you're gonna have to restart your Eclipse, and then from there you will be able to create your visual classes. So technically, you see over here it says file, and then you have your new, and you have your create new visual classes. Technically, what you want to do is just make sure that your creation folder, the new Java project folder that you created, is highlighted so you could reference the new visual class into that specific project folder. And then you see swing. We're going to be working with swing, and then you have your JFrame, your JPanel, and your JDialog box, as well as your JApplet, your JInternal frame, and your application window, and then your swing automatic data binding. Okay, all those are technically different. So technically what we're going to use, excuse me, I had to take a little quick break, was so basically what we're going to use is JFrame. There's JFrame, JPanel, JDialog, and JApplet. We'll get into those once it's needed, but for now I'm going to use JFrame because I'm going to show you the cool and uniqueness of creating a GUI with WindowBuilder for Java. So technically we click on JFrame, we create a name. So technically this is going to be the main window for what I've been creating. For my class, technically in class there's going to be a menu option based on well, it's not basically the requirements. The requirements was to insert data, but I went a little further step and created a menu so you can insert car data as well as insert car purchased. So technically I'm going to call this main menu, and for some weird reason I always camel case in the middle and not at the end, and I put that in the wrong place. Oh, I put it in the right place. Now I'm going to browse source folder, assignment 3. Okay, and then we're good. I know that earlier I told you to click on the specific folder in order to, you know, when you're gonna declare where you're gonna set up that specific class, to click in within the package explorer the certain project folder that you're working with. However, if you don't get it done that way, then what you can do is just click browse and then click the source folder, and then you click the tree, and then you click source, you click OK, and then it'll add it in there. You click finish. As you see, the main menu is added in there. Okay, now this is the cool part. This is where it gets really fun. Okay, so technically over here we have your design and you have your source. Your design and your source. For people who worked with the web and people that know like Dreamweaver, it kind of resembles Dreamweaver to me in terms of you got your design and then you got your source, but you don't split it in half. I think that's the only thing that was missing. However, like I said, I don't know. I think it's pretty cool though. Anyway, so over here you have your cool tools. This is what I like to call them, your cool tools. Well, technically this is, I guess it's called your palette. You know, this has all your components, your layouts, your springs, everything you have to work with. Okay, so the cool thing about this, and I think this is the most confusing part when it comes to Java GUI development that people don't, well, people kind of notice, is that the way that you lay out your actual your components within the actual frame. Excuse my lingo too with Java. I'm not that great with the lingo as well. I'm still new to Java. So technically, the problem is like for example your layouts. Okay, you want to comfortably set your layouts where you want. So technically, there is a book out there. It's called What Looks Good, Java Field. Hold on, excuse me. Let me go get you the reference. It's called Java Look and Feel Design Guidelines. Google that into Google, obviously, and read the chapter. It's pretty interesting, and it tells you more on the looks and feels of Java. Okay. Anyway, back to this. So technically, what I want to do is I want to make it feel good in terms of developing. So technically, the first thing I want to do is lose the absolute layout because it's easier for me to place the components on where I want to place them. So technically, with using the absolute layout, I'm able to put the J label wherever I feel. If I was to use, for example, I just wanted to show you, and sometimes, and honestly, there is reasons why you would have to use different layouts. So technically, if I was to put the label using a border layout, you see, I don't have that comfort zone as I would with absolute, if that makes sense with you, okay? And technically over here is your full set package of your how can I consider it? All that you need in order to create your graphical user interface using J Swing for one, and this is the J frame, the J panel, excuse me. This is the J frame. Yes, this is the J frame. So over here, I want to show you a quick example just to get started. Okay, so this is going to be the label, and over here you see the variable. It's called label. You can actually change the name of it. You could change it to, for example, Bob's new to you auto menu. Okay, and then over here, if you want to change the font size, whoop, I did something wrong. Okay, new label, and then sorry, I see what I did wrong. On the variable, it's called label new label, but I don't want to call it that. I want to call it something else. However, I needed to set the name onto the Java, the text I want to set the text as the menu. So Bob's to new to you auto menu. Okay, sorry. And then for the font size, you'll see I can change the font size. Just click the little three dot button. Font size will pop up. For some reason, honestly, there's the guideline that I told you about earlier. Um, you want to keep it simple as possible when designing as well. You don't want to keep it too heavy because you want to make the application look good. So I'm going to use Times New Roman. Since this is a menu, I'm going to put 24. Okay, I'm not going to put bold or italic. I mean, italic would look nice. I'm going to keep italic. Okay, so I'm going to widen the actual menu. Okay. Now we have a menu. Okay, this is based off of my wireframe I created in my first tutorial. Hold on, let me see if I can pull that up for you. Well, actually, I don't want to waste your time. Well, when I need to, I will pull up the wireframe. So let me keep going. So technically, Bob's to new to you auto menu. So this is technically for the users that are going to be selling cars or inputting car information. So the next component I'm going to use is the J button. Yes, because there's only two options in order to access the new J panel. So we got new button, and then I'm gonna create a new button over here. Okay, and I am going to widen this button. Okay, and I'm gonna widen this button as well. Okay, and now if you click on the outside where the blue part is, you can minimize the size just for a better feel. And then I'm pressing shift and I'm clicking on my mouse because I want to center everything. You see, this is the greats of using what do you call it, the absolute layout versus border layout versus grid layout. But like I said, they all have their usage, and if you highlight over what they're used for, you get more information. So now let's run this nice little cool program, this graphical user interface program that we're building. Okay, so I'm gonna press file. Wow, I can't even excuse me. You don't even have to do all that. You just press run main menu.java. Okay, select resource to save. Press OK, and let's see what happens. It's loading, it's loading. Still loading. And there we go. It's almost finished loading. My computer is very slow. Okay, so technically it finished loading. As you can see, this is what I have. So for the next tutorial, I'm going to show you how to interact these buttons and take you inside of the actual code, so we can do some cool things and implement our object-oriented classes. Have a good day.